welcome on inside to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Pro Sesher Sky, and it is time for a Strain Review Tuesday episode of the show. I have got on some Grape Monster by Fleur Cannabis to smoke and judge this morning, giving it a score out of 100 on the RSRS Rolling Spoon rating scale. So first we're going to judge the pre-smoke judgment, which is basically the bag appeal of the weed, the aroma, coloration, density, and structure. And then while we smoke it, we'll rate the flavor, the ash color, and the throat hit. Flavor, ash color, throat hit, the three most important factors of smoking. And then during the definitive judgments, we'll talk about how long it burned, the effects, the taste of the terpenes presented, and more, before giving it a final score out of 100 per the RSRS, Rolling Spoon rating scale, here on the Weekday Wake and Bake. Shout out everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. The Weekday Wake and Bake goes live every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, to smoke up some cannabis and talk about some banger cannabis content. Today is Terpy Tuesday, which means a strain review on deck, and I'm so fucking pumped to smoke this Grape Monster by Fleur Cannabis with you guys. While I roll it up here on this beautiful Tuesday morning here in Las Vegas, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the sponsors of the show because they make it possible for the Roll Gangsters and the Weekday Wake and Bake. It's always a good time on the Weekday Wake and Bake. First and foremost, Oaksterdam University. Roll Gang, if you are trying to learn about this unbelievable plant and it's the way it affects our mind and body, Oaksterdam University is the first ever cannabis college and the place to go to boost your cannabis knowledge. If you're looking to learn how to do a home grow, like grow in your garage or start a cannabis business, you can take home grow classes, cannabis business classes, you name it, you can learn it at Oaksterdam University if it's about pot. The first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge. So fucking excited to be an alma mater of the great Oaksterdam University. And also this episode is brought to you by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, helping me to roll a dime every time and to help you with your Oaksterdam education. You can use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your cannabis industry education at Oaksterdam University and learn about this amazing plant. But also the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, great for helping you get your herb out of your grinder and onto your paper. So it's super important I roll the same joint on every strain review episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake because even joint will give it an even judgment. You know what I mean? If I roll a bad joint, then the strain's going to get a bad score. And the only way I can ensure that I roll the same exact joint every Strain Review Tuesday is with my handy dandy cannabis multi-tool, the Rolling Spoon. So without further ado, let's get on into the judgment of this Grape Monster by Fleur. I am super fucking pumped. It smells unbelievable. We'll get into the pre-smoke judgment and look at the nug I got here in 1 second, right after I'm done finishing up this quick J. Boom. Lick it. And stick it. And Roll Gang, once again, we've got a dime here on this Terpy Tuesday strain review of Fleur's Grape Monster on the Weekday Wake and Bake. So first, before we're allowed to spark it, we have to give the pre-smoke judgment. I'm going to use my rolling spoon to coaster my joint while I get out this beautiful nug. It's got the most unbelievable pistols color. Like, it really looks beautiful. I mean, I can't even tell you. The coloration is perfect. The density is perfect. The smell, honestly, Roll Gang, this is a pre-smoke judgment 5 out of 5. You know, 5 out of 5 means seemingly perfect, and this nug is seemingly perfect. Like, I picked off of it. It was a really big nug. Great coloration, great density, great structure, great aroma. It checks all of the boxes pre-smoke. So it doesn't really matter, though. Not matter that much, anyways, the pre-smoke judgment. It only accounts for 20% of the final score is the bag appeal of the smoke. We're going to give away 80% of the score during the smoke. So without further ado, let's spark up this Great Monster by Fleur and give it the rest of its judgment. It's perfect so far. 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. And it really deserves it, Roll Gang. It checks every single box. Yeah, so first we have to rate flavor. I'm gonna try to get the profile here. Wow. It is flavorful. It is flavorful as fuck. Tastes like limonene myrcene. Honestly, it tastes like limonene myrcene. Not much of a grape flavor. I'm getting more of a punch, like a punch flavor, fruit punch. Man, cakey fruit punch. That is what Great Monster tastes like. A cake strain and some fruit punch. And man, it is beautiful. Burning beautifully. So 5 out of 5 in flavor would be a creme de la creme. 4 would be delish. That's what I'm between. Guys, I'm trying to find a way to give it a 4, but I can't. It tastes amazing. It doesn't even taste burnt. It just tastes like really flavorful flour. Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5 on the flavor. It's incredibly prevalent. You know, I can definitely taste the flavor profile of the Great Monster. It's smacking like a motherfucker, getting me hella ripped. I feel super relaxed and balanced right now. Honestly, I don't know how much of a sativa this is. It's got the, it says sativa on the package, but it's got the indica-shaped bud structure, and it's definitely affecting me like indica. But I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 on the flavor. Creme de la creme. Next up is ash color. So we've got a pretty light ash color, honestly. And I don't know if we can go with a cloud color, cumulus nimbus cloud, but light gray for sure. We're somewhere in between the two. This is a very nice light gray ash, denoting that it was cleanly grown and cured. Honestly, it's super hard to get ash color like this whenever you grow in living no-till soil like Fleur does. Naturally grown with organic amendments. All the nutrients and soil they use in their whole cultivation is organic. Because of federal reasons, we're not allowed to label cannabis organic, but the cannabis organic is called clean green certified, and Fleur is clean green certified. Definitely a clean light gray color ash, grown in soil, super impressive. 3 out of 5 on the ash color. And then the throat hit, man, I had to take a minute. It really is that smooth, satisfying smack you're looking for. The intoxicating twinge of a pinch in the back of your throat. And that's exactly what I'm looking for when I smoke. Huge amount of resin drippage all around the joint because of how potent this strain is. I actually didn't look at any of the numbers before. I wanted to be able to look at them in the definitive judgments and be able to see what it says match with the smoking experience. But super potent smoke. I'd say 25+%, and hella terpy, hella flavorful. But the throat hit, man, it's real full. You know what I mean? It might even be too full. But, you know, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. It is incredibly satisfying sensation in the back of your throat. Exactly what you're looking for whenever you're smoking some clean, bomb weed. So, last but certainly not least, we have the definitive judgment section. This is where we get into the burn time, as well as the tested THC percentage and the tested terpenes over 3 milligrams per gram, as well as other cannabinoids and just the overall experience of the smoke, if you will. The definitive judgments, the shit we couldn't control, not as opinionated. So let's look on into the numbers. 27% THC, 0.07% CBD, 5.5 milligrams per gram of myrcene, 4.17 milligrams of limonene, and 3.8 milligrams of caryophyllene. Yo, honestly, super translates to the smoke. I mean, the potency was right on the screws. 27%, that feels about right, honestly. The myrcene-limonene dominance, I promise you, of course it was an odds-on guess, since those are two of the most dominant terpenes in terms of cannabis, but honestly, I just tasted it. You know what I mean? I knew it was in the smoke, which is what we're looking for in the definitive judgments. Barely any CBD or other cannabinoids in the smoke, and honestly, it's still fucking burning, which is crazy. Tells you how resinous the bud was, and it just doesn't want to burn down that fast, which is awesome. Slow burn. This is going to be an easily 10+ minute joint by the time I'm done with it. Putting 0.5 into it. You know, Roll Gang, it's pretty damn close to a 20 out of 20 on the definitive judgments, but lack of other cannabinoids present, I'm going to give it a 19 because it's damn close. Could be 1% more CBD, but honestly, it checks every other box. So a 19 out of 20 on the definitive judgments, 5 out of 5 on the throat hit, flavor, and the bag appeal. Roll Gang, this is going to be a high-ass score. To hear what the Great Monster by Fleur scores out of 100, 1 second, Roll Gang. Really quick, wanted to tell you about Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college, and the place to go to boost your cannabis knowledge. If you're trying to claim your stake in this budding industry, Oaksterdam University is the place to go. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your home grow course or your cannabis business course, helping you to make a business in this industry. No matter how you're trying to claim your stake in the budding cannabis industry, get your education from Oaksterdam University. And use your Rolling Spoon to get you 10% off your tuition over at Oaksterdam. Not only helping me to roll a dime every time, this is fucking like 12 minutes later or some shit, but also helping get my cannabis education at Oaksterdam University. So let's tally up the score. We have 3 20-point scores. The bag appeal, the flavor, and the throat hit all scored 20. 20, 40, 60. The ash color was 3 out of 5, which denotes a 10. So we're at 70. And then plus 19 makes a final score of 89. An absolute banger. How the rating scale works is 100 to 90 is world class, 90 to 80 is elite, and it barely happens in the 90 to 80 range. So the fact that it scored a 89 is whopping. Great Monster, a high-end elite smoke from Fleur Cannabis, and incredibly enjoyable. I mean, I'm pretty lit. I'm pretty sure if you guys peep at the beginning of this, I might have a little bit more eye coverage, but I absolutely been loving the way this makes me feel. And there's something about knowing it's cleanly grown. Fleur Cannabis is as close to organic as you're legally allowed to get as a cannabis cultivator, and I absolutely love smoking on all their weed. This isn't even my favorite strain from them. If you get a chance to try Bushido by Fleur Cannabis, it will not disappoint. I would love to rate it on the show. It would be a world-class whopper, no doubt. But anyways, Roll Gangsters, absolutely love session with you guys every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and chopping it up about some cannabis content, smoking some good weed, chilling with the Roll Gang. I will see you guys tomorrow for an extremely special episode. I have an awesome guest. My man, Josh Kasoff, will be joining the show. My tribesman brother here on the third day of Hanukkah. It is going to be an absolute great one. We're going to do a little Hanukkah celebration, smoke some joints, light some candles, and have a good time. So looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for that banger episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. But until then, mwah, love you. Have a beautiful day, Roll Gang.